Hello, and welcome to this collective and timeless reading. This is E-Star Tarot, and today we're going to be asking our ancestors, spirit guides, and guardian angels what good news is going to arrive for us soon. So we're going to get some good news happening here, and we're going to get a little preview of what that is. Yeah. And we're using the Luna Lapin deck today, so get some cute little bunnies telling us what we can expect. This one, that one as well. Oh, they're all coming out in such a funny way. And one more. Doing it a little differently today, aren't we? Usually I flip over the cards as we go, but that's it. That's it. Okay. I did the last one first. Why did I do that? This reading is already off to a funny start, isn't it? So Luna Lapin. Got one of those Luna Lapin cards coming out. Let's see what the first one is. King of Cups. That's interesting. The King of Cups came out in a different deck yesterday, so it's very funny that it's coming here. I like this card because it has the throne is a whale. You see the head coming out of the water, and then the tail is where the rabbit's sitting. It's a great deck. I'm going to just flip all the cards to get a clear message here. So we got 10 of Wands. Usually it becomes clear if we see all the cards, right? As it kind of unravels the message. We have Justice and reverse 8 of Cups. Okay, interesting. So the good news coming towards us. It seems like things have been a little rocky emotionally for you, but that is coming to not a close, but things are going to resolve in a way that's going to be in your favor. Because I think you were treated a bit unfairly in this situation. Yeah, a lot was put on you. And you're going to receive justice for that. A lot of pressure and I guess like bad karma, but not that you did anything wrong exactly. I think you were working through some karma. But you also had some things that were unfair going on in your situation. And that's why the justice is coming out here right now. So the scales are about to be balanced. And when you've got 8 of Cups here reversed, it's like you thought you were going to have to leave, but like walk away from something and cut it off from yourself. But now that's not going to have to be the case as much. Like, it's not that you don't walk away, but that, you know, it doesn't have to be that sad kind of loss to it. What's going on here? It's not going to be a situation where you have to leave under bad circumstances, is what I'm getting. Yeah, because that wouldn't be fair to what you've put into this situation, that you have to just walk away in a way that is really stressful for you emotionally and physically. And with this Luna Lapin, the dark one, it's like you're interacting with a shadow aspect of yourself right now. Or that aspect of you is coming out now because you feel you're having a lot of fear right now about what's going on and what's going to happen for you. And it's like you think you're going to have to, because see, look, the same crescent moon is in both these cards, eh? And there it's in the distance. It's almost like he's walking towards it, and here he's under it. This journey's not going to be as hard as you think, is what I'm getting from this. It's not going to be done in a way that you have to just accept losses and move on and accept hurt. I think you've taken enough of that right now. You've taken enough hits with 10 of Wands here. You've taken on enough. That's what your guides are saying. Like you've had enough knocks in life. You're not going to have to endure anymore. Or at least the worst is behind you is what I'm getting. Yeah, because you're going to arrive here and it's not going to be this tough journey that you think it's supposed to be. Yeah. Because a lot of times it's like 8 of Cups is, you know, it's a difficult path, right? To get there. It weighs a lot on our heart when we have to leave in that way. But here, it's like you're being jumped to this spot without having to go through that struggle as much. And that's your justice. That's how scales are balancing, by putting you in a better situation. Now, I want to get more cards because I don't want to interpret too much without having some extra information. Sometimes we get a little ahead. And like the meaning almost comes out at the end and it's like, well, I wish I knew that sooner. So we're going to do this first. We're going to use the Moonology deck here since we got a lot of moons coming out, a lot of crescent moons. Let's see what we got here. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Moon in Pisces. Full moon in Pisces. Okay. So I'm hearing one more. Got one more Moonology card to kick out. The dilemma. The one in my hand. Okay. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Okay. So it's sort of like what's going on here is you're realizing what really matters, right? It's not all about the material. It's about how you feel. It's about how lit up you are on the inside. And so, and you get that with King of Cups here. You've gained that understanding about yourself, that that's what you need to feel fulfilled and happy and comfortable in your life, not the other things that you were chasing that was holding you back from the 8 of Cups. This could even be that you're struggling to take that step to leave behind what doesn't serve you anymore. Maybe that's what this shadow aspect is about. And maybe you're just taking on lots of tasks that are, you know, distracting you from this. And you're trying to keep yourself busy to not think about it, but that's blocking your justice, which wants to come in here and bring you to the path that you need to be on. Yeah. Let's get a crystal card here. See, what else is going on? This is supposed to be good news. I just thought about that. Like, it doesn't seem very, well, maybe this is good news. The Sagittarius is about journeys, right? And knowledge, right? You know, being a student of knowledge. You know, and we decide on something, we decide to go from something either physically or mentally. We like figuratively, we shoot an arrow at it. We decide what we want. So maybe that's part of this. It's like you're being free from that distraction that's keeping you from that journey. Because this is a journey, right? In Sagittarius, it's like your lens is being adjusted so that you are going to get on that path that you've been avoiding. Yeah. So I guess the good news is you're going to be freed from distraction. Top one, huh? Sodalite. Now, Sodalite's about clarity, right? Clarity and vision. Seeing the picture of what we want, right? Having clear intention for what we want. Isn't it funny how the colors really resonate here? We've got the greens here matching. And then we even have that pink coming in through the flower petals and the Sodalite. Very interesting. Colors often come in, they all come in a theme somehow, and I don't even understand it. It's just kind of beautiful. I love it. Yeah, Starlight. So, and the 5 and the 2 become a 7. Lucky number 7. Yeah. You're getting clear on what you want and not being led away from it. Yeah, because this is almost like you're being led down the wrong path. Have you been going off on distracting yourself with things that they're important, but they're not exactly what you need to be focusing on right now? Yeah, because you got this balance card coming in, and we have Justice with balancing scales. So it's like, there's a lot of water in this reading as well, because we got King of Cups, 8 of Cups, and then Pisces the fish. Definitely an emotional thing, an emotional issue. And I think that's the aspect that's keeping you a little bit blocked. Is that maybe on a certain level you do know what you want to do and you know what you have to focus on. But it's almost like a subconscious emotional block to it because you are not addressing why you're afraid. And that's the shadow aspect, right? Yeah. Let's get another card here. I think I would like archetypes. Sometimes archetypes can give us a good idea what's going on. A little more specific. Oh, there we go. The tear. Yeah, definitely. We were just talking about emotions and there's the tear. Sometimes emotions have to be just felt, right? They can't be stuffed down. We can't will them away. We can't run away from them. And isn't it funny that we brought in the rose quartz today? It's being supportive towards your heart, right? You know, I think of rose quartz, I think of gentleness. I think of love and tenderness for yourself, for your heart. I'm even wearing pink today. It's just very funny. And then we have the buffalo with us here, our little buffalo guardian. And I always think of strength and resilience and endurance with the buffalo. So yeah, you've got to be willing to let your tears shed. I think that's the final step. Because maybe you're even letting tasks distract you from letting that final block release itself. Because emotions have to be released, right? They have to move. Their emotions are energy in motion, right? Yeah. Not an easy task. It's not easy. That's why we like to avoid it, right? Keep ourselves safe. Even if it means we're not letting something that needs to go get out of us, right? Get stuck in our body, get stuck in our like fascia. Let's see here. The Mystic. Oh, isn't that funny? We have an eye here and an eye here. Isn't that funny? Oh, sorry about that. There's a machine running. Can't do anything about it. It's my neighbor. But yeah, it's almost like you have, I don't know, it's like the Mystic. It's like everything you have been keeping blocked within you is going to be unleashed. And when you do that, it's going to unlock your abilities in a really significant way. I think, and it doesn't have to be like, you know, suddenly you're going to start seeing auras, although maybe it could be, who knows. But it's more like you're going to unlock that next level of your intuition. Like And a lot of that is when we shed our tears, we shed our emotions, we suddenly see a new side of ourselves. We suddenly understand what was held within us, and we see ourselves in a new light. And when we do that, we can understand our thinking better, but also understand others as well. And that heightens our intuition, that heightens our understanding of the world. So it makes sense that the mystic is coming out here. And I even get the sense that maybe being kind of a mystic in yourself, like a shamanish kind of character, although there is a shaman card, that didn't come out. The mystic is more like the mystery, right? Being involved in the mystery in your life. Yeah. It's very interesting. All right, guys, I paused the video for a while just to see if maybe the noise, the machine noise would stop, but I don't think it's going to for a bit. So we're just gonna have to endure. I'm sorry. Yeah, I hope it doesn't affect the video too much, but we'll just wrap it up soon. So yeah, the mystic coming out here makes me think, a mystic is someone who transmutes the darkness, right? A moth is something that exists in the dark and transforms in the dark, unlike a butterfly, right? And, it makes me think of light workers as well, because they're a light in the darkness as well. And you've got both the eyes here, which make me think, and they're very similar eyes too, actually, now that I think about it. So honestly, I think this is sort of signaling how you transmute the darkness into light just by experiencing it and moving it through your own life experience, like your matrix, which is your soul existence, right? So, isn't that funny? The machine just stopped. I was holding out for so long, and I was really annoyed at it. And then I just thought, well, maybe I just have to accept it and carry on anyway. And then it stopped in a video. So, that kind of tells me that, if there's dark things going on in our lives, it's sort of testing us to see, can we keep going? Can we keep moving forward anyway? And it seems like it's a really unfair test, but I think that's the test of light workers, is to stay glowing, stay keeping their light on for those who are around them, even though it's dark, even though it makes them a target to everything in the dark. That's the essence of it. And we've got look at the bigger picture here. So I think no matter what things are going on in your life that are, distracting you, maybe throwing you into emotional chaos, no matter what, you have to keep going and keep your higher goals in mind, because it's going to be worth it in the end. This is what balanced spirituality and practicality is all about. Even though we have this higher understanding of all the things that are going on around, and we understand the greater truths in life, we still have to move through the mud. We still have to trudge through the mud and the 3D world. And it's frustrating. Sometimes you can feel like the Ten of Wands here, like it's just too much. You're overburdened. But I think you're learning that to endure and to go forward means that we get through to the other side, and it's all worth it in the end. And that's that's the test, right? Like, I just think that's so funny that the machine stopped after I decided to give up and keep going, even though it was really bugging me. And now everything's quiet. Life's just like that, right? I think that's what's going on. You're learning to exist in the shadow, despite, how it's aggravated you in the past. You're sitting comfortably there, even though it doesn't always, it doesn't feel great. It really doesn't feel great, but I think you're getting a reward for it. And that's why it's worth enduring. That's the justice here. That's your justice. For going on, for keeping the faith and keeping strong through it all. And even if you're not strong, because you have the tear here, you know, I think that's part of it, is that you have to feel it all. The good and the bad, especially the bad. That's what you're transmuting. Some people, you know, even if you don't feel like you're doing anything significant, just you existing and even just feeling the sadness for your ancestors who couldn't process it fully in their lifetimes, that is doing such great work. It helps them on the other side, even though we can't see it. And you're starting to understand that with Sodalite here. You're starting to have that clarity about how things work, how things are manifesting together in your life as well as the other world. Now I want to close out, I want to finish with some Zodiac moon cards, since we're having a lot of moon energy in this deck. Even the moth, because I think of the moths with moons, you know, and nighttime. Yeah. The moon is all about intuition, the dark, the light. The moon is the light in the dark, isn't it? It's kind of like a symbol for a light worker in a way. Oh, didn't want to go back, did it? Work diligently towards your goal, exactly. Keep working at it. Because you are building a mountain. And actually, you got like a Mayan temple here, so it makes me think, you know... And status. Status is the key word here. I think you have the qualifications, the status of someone who can do these things, who can be a light worker. Maybe you don't realize it. It's from another lifetime that gives you this ability to do what you do. And maybe you don't know what that is, but I think you're going to gain more clarity about that. I think you're going to become much more aware of what you can do in this world and how you're acting in this world. And it's going to give you a lot of confidence. It's going to make you see that, you know, you have value and it matters. Everything you do matters. It makes the world a better place just by having you in it. Isn't this one? It popped out right away, so I questioned it. Oh my gosh, Eclipse in Aquarius. There you go. Aquarius is all about, you know, I think of an Aquarius, right? It's kind of like Pisces, right? They're very new age. They're very community-based, community-oriented. I think of them with new technology, but also I think of like new age spiritual technology, like how we're going to become a lot more quantum. Your deeper resolve rises. Yes. Awakening. Yeah, you're awakening. You're seeing it all. You're seeing how it all fits together. This is you like meditating and being in your Zen state. But it's like you get the temple within. You understand it. And you see that you have, you know, past lifetimes that you've lived where you have had abilities like this. Sorry, I have a little... My throat's a lot better, but it's still a little scratchy. Yeah, I think you had a major breakthrough, and we got 35 here. Maybe that's significant. I'm 35, so definitely catches my eye. Yeah. It's interesting. Eclipse in Aquarius. Your deeper resolve rises. Yeah, because remember we had to look at the bigger picture. You're seeing what matters. You're seeing, you know, it's not just about the petty struggles, the little struggles, even though those are important too. And they can make us cry. They can make us have, you know, emotional outbursts and struggles and get angry and we get frustrated. At the end of the day, what really matters is what mark are we going to leave on this earth? How are we going to help the earth before we leave it, right? Not to say you don't, it's not to say you don't matter. It's to say, what's the end game here? What's the end goal? You're seeing it now. You're seeing clear, you're having clear vision. But also you're just seeing your own value in the world. You're seeing how you can bring it to light. You can bring the light to the world. And that brings light to others, and then they become the light as well. And then suddenly the whole planet is glowing and bright. You can do this. You are the mystic. You have the power. I don't know why I wanted to say it like that, but you have it. You have the power. You have the ability. You have unique abilities that no one else has or can bring to this world. Every person is like that. They can all bring something unique and special. We're all like cogs in a machine, but not in a capitalist, mechanical, you don't matter way. Every little bit is as important as the whole itself. And it all fits together in this magical, brilliant way. And that's what every person does. Think of all the people that, create things that you love, or just say something significant to you in passing, or just maybe even just drive the bus that gets you into town, just all the little things, or the guy that brings your mail, or the person in the past who built your house you're living in, that doesn't even exist anymore. It's just like every little piece of the matrix matters. I think people think negatively of it as like we're trapped in the matrix, and to an extent that's true, but it's kind of this crazy machine that's allowing souls to experience things and develop and get to the next level, even if sometimes those experiences are bad. There's also good experiences, right? It all fits together, and you're seeing how that's also true on the level of just your body. All the little pieces of your body matter and keep you functioning as a whole, right? Like your liver has a spirit in it. Your heart has a spirit in it. They all have, all your organs, all your cells have an energy to them and an individuality, hard to say, and an individuality to them, right? They all feel like they're their own selves, but at the end of the day, they make up a big whole, right? That's you. And we're like that to the planet. We create a whole consciousness all together. And you see it now. So this went to a crazy place. We were just asking about good news. Now we're talking about planet souls. I think that's the good news, is that you see the bigger picture to an extent that the little things can't throw you off balance anymore. Or rather, you're just getting used to them. Like you're getting used to being in those shadows because you understand your role in them. And you understand how your light is a part of it and they're a part of you. Yeah. Sometimes, light workers feel like they're there to work and to suffer, and it just feels like it's constant and endless, but we're sort of like the little housekeepers cleaning up all the mess, and it's a little frustrating, but this is so random. I hope this resonates, but has anybody watched that show, Hazbin Hotel? They have a new season coming out, and I was watching some episodes of it, and there's this funny little scene with the character Nifty. She's the housekeeper for the hotel, and she is asked to talk about the hotel on camera, and then she ends up singing this really crazy song about and it turns into like this anime Japanese music video style, and it's so cute. I absolutely love it. It's constantly running in the back of my head. But it made me think about, just now as I was doing this reading, it made me think about how she's singing about how there's all these mess in the hotel, like hypodermic needles and piss and throw up and everything on the floor, and she's like, I get to clean it up. And she has such a happy attitude about it. And I just think, in a way, light workers are kind of like that. I get to clean it up. I hope this resonates with somebody. But it's okay if it's just me. It makes sense to me. But yeah, it's good if we could bring that attitude to it, right? Like, yeah, we're gonna clean it up. And it's a good thing. It's a happy thing. Like this is our job. This is our gig. You know, if we can like channel some of that nifty energy with it, you know, it makes it a lot better, right? It makes it a lot easier to endure the darkness and see that we're kind of like she thinks of herself as like the queen of the rats, the queen of the roaches because she's cleaning them all up. And, you know, maybe we're like that too. We're the queen of the shadows, but only because we conquer them, right? I don't know. My mind's a little funny, but maybe it makes sense to somebody. All right, I think I'm gonna leave it there because it's just getting silly now. So, and honestly, I'm not hearing much more. So I think that's the end of the reading. But I think it was a really good message, and I think this is good news for you that you're seeing how you can endure everything, like because you can't control life, right? There's always going to be something going on, but if you can learn to ride the waves and live in the shadows, even though they're dark, and be comfortable, then life gets so much easier. And it's funny, nothing really actually changes, but you change, and suddenly it's like the world changes despite that, right? Our experience of it changes, right? Yeah. So, you know, keep doing what you're doing. Keep generating that light and feel your feelings because it's okay. You're transmuting the dark. That's what you're here to do. Yeah. All right, so that's the end of the video. That's the end of the reading. Let's, you know, subscribe to the channel or like the video if you like. It helps the algorithm and you'll see more of my videos. And leave a comment if it resonated because I love hearing people's stories about how it resonated. It means a lot to me and it's very validating, but I also just like, you know, knowing who's reading or listening to the readings and how it's affecting you. It's really beautiful. Yeah, so thank you for writing your comments and interacting. I think it's great. All right, and I'm gonna sign off there. Take care, everybody.